everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Northern Block Podcast. It is Monday, November 17th, 2025. I am your host here, Nordic 97, joined with LeBlock, James. LeBlock, how we doing?
We sleepy.
Sleepy? Yeah, you're telling me. I had to wait for you guys to get home to do this. We also have producer Tim. Tim, how are we doing on this fine early Monday morning? It's a graveyard podcast, as we may call it.
Yeah, we're doing good. Had a good hockey weekend.
Yeah, pretty good weekend for you. Bench clearing brawl at the end of Red Wings Rangers. How about that? That's interesting.
This is what we need more of in hockey.
Whoa. But when Ridley Gregg does that, no, we can't have that.
Oh, no, you want to know why? Because Mason Appleton just did a simple little...
His was a little flick, and it was like half a second after the horn sounded. It's funny because everybody on the ice didn't react. Quick on the bench is the one who started.
Yeah, no, so Quick comes out exactly. What's Johnny Quick doing up and off the bench?
Jonathan Quick standing on business. We got a lot to talk about today. A lot has happened in this last week. Let's start off with probably one of the craziest stories I've ever seen. I'm not going to lie to you. Jack Hughes had a team dinner with Frank the Tank for his birthday, and I'm pretty sure this is where it happened. I don't know where else it would have happened. It was a team dinner, and Jack Hughes apparently cut his hand, and he suffered a finger injury after sustaining an injury at the team dinner. He leaned on glass, and it broke, and he is out for 8 weeks. Because he was at a dinner with Frank the Tank from Barstool Sports. He cut his finger on glass, and now he's out for 2 months. What universe are we living in?
If I speak, I'm in trouble. But what did I say? What did I say? It's not if, it's when Jack Hughes gets hurt.
It's only 8 weeks, though. I'm not going to be like, oh, the Devils.
It's still 2 months.
He's gotten hurt, though. This is the most fluky one we've ever seen.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the time that Craig Anderson got injured by cutting his hand making a sandwich.
This is a freak injury. And you see these. Yeah, I forgot about that, too, actually. That's the only thing I can really reference this to. Again, this is a freak injury. It's not something like where he's going to be out for the rest of the season. He could, again, come back in 6 weeks, so maybe a month and a half. He could return to the Devils, but right now he is not with the team for 8 weeks, and it's not ideal. Again, Hughes, you would definitely say, is their best player. He leads their team in scoring. He's been awesome for the Devils, just pulling up his stats here quickly. He has 20 points in 17 games played. With New Jersey, and is going to be out here for some time. This man cannot catch a break, and neither can the Devils. But hopefully Hughes comes back okay, and his hand is okay. But what a weird way to get injured, man! What a weird freaking way to get injured. I still can't believe that. So there you go. There's that. LeBlanc, your boy Shane Pinto re-signed. We got to talk about this. Pinto signed to a 4-year, $7.5 million contract. I'll turn it over to LeBlanc. What do you think about this deal?
Well, somebody caved. That's what I want to put out there real fast. The Sens caved because the Sens were adamant on getting him on a long-term deal, and Pinto was adamant on getting to the same point as where Tkachuk was. He wanted to come off the same year as Tkachuk did. And the Sens caved. I don't think the money is, with the cap going up, it's not that bad of a contract. At first, I'm like, that seems a little bit high, but for what he was originally asking for, it's fine.
The Sens caved, but is it really that bad? Is it really that bad? Is it really that much more money than he would have gotten paid?
Let's look at this long term. Basically, what this means is that in 4 years, they need to make a decision to keep either Dylan Cousins or Shane Pinto.
And I think, with the trajectory, I think you would probably lean Shane Pinto, in a way, because Pinto's younger. But it depends, that's 4 years from now. So, a lot can happen in 4 years.
Pinto's actually older.
Both of them could be out of this team in 4 years. We don't, you never know. But I don't think, the Sens cave. There's no doubt about that. But I don't think it's, really a bad deal. like I've seen deals where a team is caved and they've had to pay a player like a shitload more money than what they're worth.
Toronto Maple Leafs. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Anyway, I think this one though is not that bad. Pinto's still a very good player. He's having a good year as well. Like he's
having a breakout year, which is good because if you got at the end of the season after this breakout year, you may have paid a little bit more. But the criticism I've seen online is that his career high is 37 points. I'm like, he's gonna break that obviously, but. The thing is, you pay Shane for not just for his offense, for his penalty killing ability, his defensive game, which is he's one of the best. He's a very good defensive forward in the NHL. He's a great penalty killer. He's a good locker room guy. I think I would like to see him sign for that. I think the term should be a bit longer, but it is what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah. I mean, again, like I think, again, you see a lot of players in this league now are taking shorter-term deals to get a higher payout, which is totally understandable. I think I'd do the same thing if I was in Pinto's position. But I don't think, again, like it's anything that's crazy. I think there's time for that deal to look better. And who knows, maybe Pinto gets even better than what he is right now, and that deal could look like a pretty good deal down the road. Who knows?
Yeah.
So, Tim, anything to add on that?
Yeah, I mean, when I saw it, it was kind of just shocking because it was like, wait, this actually happened?
Yeah.
It was kind of just out of nowhere, but the biggest shock for me of that deal was the 4 years, because you definitely thought Ottawa wanted longer term, but like James said, they caved it seems like they caved to get the deal done.
Yeah.
Just get the distraction out of the way and just get the deal done.
And that's fine. Like I think again, like it is a
$7.5 million is a good cap hit. It's not like an overpayment at all. I think when we talked about it at the start of the year, because there was that rumor that came out at right before the year started, we talked about it. We said 7 to 7.5 would be a perfect cap hit for it, and sure enough, 7.5.
Between 6 and 7 million. Don't laugh. Is what I think I said during that time. Moving on, then, we're going to stay in the Ottawa realm. We're going to expand to Florida as well. The Tkachuk brothers have opened up a podcast, the Wingmen podcast, hosted by Matthew and Brady Tkachuk. The first episode premiered on Thursday. It's pretty much like the New Heights podcast with Travis and Jason Kelsey. It's actually ran by the same company, correct? That does the podcast with them, or the producers or whatever. I mean, honestly, I think this is a good idea. I think this is a really good product that they're going to put together here. It's funny that both these guys are on like LTIR, and like they're starting this up now. And they're like, hey, let's get some extra money here while we're injured. And
we're both hurt. We're bored. Let's start a podcast.
I'm gonna say they're both hurt. They're both bored. Let's do a podcast. And then when they're both become healthy again, the podcast is going to be like, well, we can't really post that much anymore.
Do you think that's what this is going to be?
I feel like they'll put more episodes out, but not like at like the rate they're doing right now.
I feel like it's going to be interesting because I feel like what made the Kelsey brothers work is that they only played once a week, if that. Like sometimes you had bye weeks too. With these guys, like they could be on like a back-to-back, a Tuesday into a Wednesday, because they said their episodes would be on Wednesdays. Like, what if you play on Monday, or what if you play on Tuesday, and then you have to travel to Wednesday? Well, how's this going to work? Like that's what I was questioning about it, but I do think it's still a good idea though, as long as like it's not one of those like slop podcasts. Like there's player podcasts that are just like slop and just aren't good. I did listen to the first episode, and what's funny is that even Tkachuk himself said in the episode that the NHL did a poor job of marketing players, which I thought was very interesting. And I also think too that they've done. I think these are like two very marketable players, Matthew especially. I think it'll be good.
I haven't listened yet, but I'm meaning to get to it. I had company here the past week and a bit, so I've been just
you don't need to make an excuse. Don't worry. If you can just say that you don't like your favorite player. It's all right.
My favorite player is Love Anderson, but
okay, your second or third favorite player. Your Wingman player, whatever. Tim, what do you think about this new podcast?
Yeah, I think it's a really good idea. It gets more exposure for the NHL. It just helps the league expand, just fan base wise. But my biggest question, Evan, it's like yours. How the heck are you guys going to record this thing? The NHL schedule is day by day, whereas the NFL, it's you play Thursday, Sunday, or Monday.
Sometimes Saturday, right? They play on Saturdays.
Occasionally a Saturday game later in the year, but
maybe I'm just.
But still, it's a 1 day a week thing where you have a lot of downtime where you can record a podcast.
Do they play on Black Friday too?
But now,
yes.
Yeah, they do. That's right.
Okay. Yeah, go figure. But yeah, I think it's a good idea. We'll see how it goes. I am interested to see how the traveling is going to work and all that, but thought I'd bring that up here because it's a very interesting news around the league. So we'll see what happens there. Let's move on then. We are going to move into one of the teams that we're going to highlight here in this episode, the Los Angeles Kings. First off, Adrian Kempe, 8 years, $10.625 million. I like this contract. I feel like even still, Adrian Kempe is still very underrated in the NHL. Not a lot of people give this guy credit for how good he's been. Kempe, throughout the last few seasons, so far this year, 6 goals, 19 points in 19 games played. But you look at his last 3 NHL seasons, 35 goals, 28 goals, 41 goals. So this guy's been a consistent 30-goal scorer the last 5 years or so in his career. And even in years prior, like, he did struggle to score. But when the LA Kings finally started to pick up their consistency, so did Kopitar. And now he scored a lot of goals here. Just scored his 200th career goal in the last game. So very good contract here for Kopitar. What do we think? The block is in shambles right now.
If I speak, I'm in trouble.
Seriously? You don't like this deal? I'm waiting to hear about this.
I think it's a slight, very, very, very slight, like a slightest of overpays. The slightest of overpays.
How slight? Is it 6.25 too much?
It's like 1.6 too much. Like, I don't think he's worth more than.
He should be an under $10 million AAV.
Under 10 and a half.
So I have under 10.
Like, he is consistent with his. He puts up about 30 goals a year, 35 plus goals a year. He's a good shooter. He's a good skater. He's a very good player for the LA Kings. But I look at the LA Kings roster like, look at this young core. Ooh, look at this old core. Let's pay and Kempe is the oldest of that young core.
He's 29.
Right?
So this is like his payout deal.
He's getting into his older years. So that young core, how are you going to get all those guys signed?
I don't really agree with that. Like, slight overpay. It's like, if you're saying that he's not worth any more than 10.5, it's like 1.6 million.
Yes, that's why I said slight overpay.
You're splitting hairs at that rate. You're splitting 0.125. You're splitting like $100,000.
Well, guess what? I can do what I please.
So my question for you, LeBlanc, is who do you consider the young players in this core right now?
I consider Quinton Byfield as part of that core. I consider guys like Alex Laferriere, Brant Clark.
All of those guys except for Brant Clark are signed for the next 3+ years.
All right, then disregard what I say then.
I just disproved your whole statement. Yeah. I mean, like, I get what you're saying, dude, but like it's not. It's really not that big of a difference.
It's not that.
And I feel like the LA Kings, they might be heading into like a retool stage here, honestly.
I'm going to ask you this, though. If Kempe hit the market, would he have gotten more money?
Yes.
Yes.
You believe that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you look at a guy like Logan Cooley who just got offered $10 million. Would you say that Kempe is worth more than $500K than Cooley?
Maybe. Like, I don't know. Would I take Logan Cooley or Adrian Kempe? I take Logan Cooley all day, but
I think you just hate this deal because your brother is a Kings fan. I think this might be what this is. Yeah, now you're going back to your little
That's what it is.
I want to talk about LA as a whole, though, because the LA Kings, 10-5-4, 24 points this season. You know what's funny? They're kind of like the Western Conference New York Rangers. So the Rangers, obviously, the Rangers is the team that just cannot win a home game to save their lives. They're 1-7-1 at home, but 9-1-1 on the road. The LA Kings have played less games at home. They're 1-4-2, but they're 9-1-2 on the road. So they're pretty much the Western Conference New York Rangers. They've been subpar, not good at home, but they've been really good on the road. And that's highlighted by a road trip that was a very good road trip of that. They went through Toronto, they went through Montreal, and they picked up all of the wins down that stretch, beating the Senators, beating the Leafs, beating the Canadiens there as well. Their road trip's not over yet, though. They do take on Washington, then they fly down to San Jose, then they're back home on Friday against Boston. But regardless, it's been a very good stretch of games here for the LA Kings, and we are early into this season, but were we proven wrong here about LA? Are they better than what we thought they'd be?
I think I said it. I think you guys were just overhating on them. I had LA in the playoffs, I'm pretty sure.
Did you? No, you're right. You were. I was the one who didn't. I
didn't have them making it.
I had him as a wild card, though. But yeah, I think we looked at those signings that Ken Holland did, bless his heart, and we just hyper-focused on how bad those signings were. We didn't look at how deep the team is up front. We didn't look at how Kempe is a pretty damn good goalie. We didn't see how good of a defensive unit this team could be, and they've proven us wrong, even though early to start the year they were not great at home.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, their home opening game was against Colorado, and they got destroyed. But it was Colorado. I think, again, like, the home record, I feel like with the Rangers, I said it was a coincidence at the start. Maybe it's not. But it's still a little early for me to be, like, doubting on L.A. Here just yet at home. The Rangers, it feels different. But, yeah, I will admit when I'm wrong, and I have been kind of wrong so far. The Kings have played solid hockey. They're getting wins when they need to. I think, again, like, the home record does need to improve, but you see guys on this roster, they're still playing very well. Like Corey Perry, who is 40, is like a point per game. It's insane.
Punk still got it.
Yeah, he's still got it. And what's kind of interesting, too, is, like, you don't really have a lot of guys in this roster who are, like, really running away. Like, their leading scorer is Kempe. He's only point per game. Besides that, like, there's nobody who's really scoring at a really good rate here for the Kings. You're getting scoring from, like, up and down your lineup, and you need that. Again, like, there's only a select handful of players who have played for this team more than, like, 3 or 4 games who don't have a goal. You're getting goals from, like, all of your guys as well. And on top of that, Darcy Kemper's been good, too. Which is very respectable for sure. I mean, again, like, didn't we discuss last episode about Kempe making that list of Canada goalies? Like, there's a possibility that he can make that team as maybe the third string, but regardless, that's a chance too. So, anything to add on the Kings?
Yeah, I think for me, going into the year, I was definitely blinded by Ken Holland hate agendas.
Yeah, probably me too. I'm not going to lie.
And just forgot to look at the fact that this was a Kings team that had made the playoffs like the past 3 straight years. And they had a deep team every year. They had a really good goaltender in Kempe. They upgraded their backup with Anton Forsberg. So their goaltending got better. I think I just let my Ken Holland hate bias cloud my judgment.
We did, and I'm not going to deny that. Like, the Holland hate was definitely there. I mean, Tim, you're a Red Wings fan, so I understand why you may not be that big on him as a whole. But
who's we?
We.
Who's we? We. No, he said we. I'm like, no, that's you. That's you, Tim.
Yeah, we. Evan and I.
Oh, okay. I will say this: the LA Kings are still one of the most boringest teams to watch in the NHL.
Can confirm.
Yeah, that's why I haven't done. I mean, like I like. I'm not like
no disrespect. They have great players. They have great defenders. But like, I just saw them play live, and I do watch them occasionally, like more than I should. They're just a boring team to watch. I don't want to put out there the old Islanders, but we're getting to that territory.
I mean, like, I'm gonna say this. I don't want to say that I'm actively you guys know that I do the commentary streams. I'm not like actively avoiding the Los Angeles Kings when I watch them, but like I do tune into some of those games, and it is kind of a drag to watch that team play. I'm just not gonna lie to you, but sometimes you can play that boring style of hockey, and as long as it works, who the hell cares? Who the hell cares if it's boring? As long as they're winning these hockey games, that's all that matters. So I think for LA, they hear that and they're like, we're still winning, so what does it matter? You got to be satisfied with that.
I mean, what I hear every day is that quote from a Kings fan, quote from the one that lives upstairs, quote, Jim Hiller is a terrorist. That's all I hear every day. Every single day.
I do think still, though, with how LA has played, I think Jim Hiller's still probably...
Jim Hiller's job is safe until they decide it's not safe anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like, and hear me out here, I feel like as soon as they go on a big losing streak, and it happens,
He gone.
I have no doubts about that whatsoever. So I think that's going to happen for sure. But regardless, the Kings have looked good, and you got to give them credit where it's due. We do talk about all 32 teams on here. You have to admit when you're wrong, and we were wrong. All right, moving on from that, then, we got to talk about David Kampf. We gave an update on David Kampf last episode talking about how he was obviously left the Toronto Marlies, and he was suspended without pay. And we talked about how, well, if you're not playing, there's not a great chance you're going to be getting a lot of time. And Kampf's contract, as a result, was terminated by the Toronto Maple Leafs. And he's actually signed a 1-year, $1.1 million contract with the Vancouver Canucks. So, good deal there, I think. It's not that much money. It's not a crazy amount of money. And there's not a lot of risk to it, but there could be some reward. You never know. It could be a good, fourth-line center.
He'll be a good bottom sixer, good penalty kill guy, which is one thing Vancouver desperately needs right now.
Definitely.
They just need more depth.
Want to point out that last episode we also mentioned that we didn't think his contract was going to get terminated.
This is also true.
I didn't think either.
Because we also didn't think he was going to get an NHL deal over $1 million.
Yeah, I know. We were walking on our way to the bus to go to the game on Saturday, and my brother's like, "Oh, Kampf signed with Vancouver." I'm like, "David? Like David?"
First off, it was like when I saw that, it was like, when did the contract get terminated?
It's weird because it's a big risk to terminate your contract. He was 1.5, 2.5. I think he was 1.5. I'm pretty sure for the next 2 seasons after this year. It's a big risk to do that because you terminate that money,
it's gone. You're lighting it on fire. You're not going to see it.
At least in the NHL, if he got traded, then it's one thing. But he terminated that deal, so he's not getting that money. I believe, I'm not 100% confirmed this is true. I believe he had a $3 million signing bonus on July 1st. That was going to
he was not giving that shit back. He was not giving. He had a 2. So his cap hit was 2.4 until 2027.
Yeah, so this guy was getting paid a good amount of money.
Yeah, he definitely took a pay cut.
But I will say this: I respect him for that because this guy he wanted to play in the NHL. He wanted to actually play on a team that would allow him to play and not be in the AHL as a 29-year-old guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. Hey, it's all about pursuing a job in the NHL, and he wasn't getting that there in Toronto. And I think that him going to Vancouver on that money, we'll see how it goes. There's one tidbit that I wanted to bring up with Vancouver that I did not talk to you guys about prior. I didn't bring it up in the topic list. Did you guys see that Vancouver, regardless of whether Quinn Hughes leaves or not, they're not really committed to going into a rebuild.
That's Rutherford, though. But you don't know. Rutherford could get fired before then.
Yeah.
GM JR, baby.
Or that's JR. JR don't rebuild. JR retools.
He's not the GM, though.
But he's the president, so he says what goes on.
Yeah, and he needs to just and you know what? Francesco Avellini, who is not a great owner to begin with, he needs to just put a piece of duct tape on Rutherford's mouth. Because that man will not stop talking.
Bro, every time we talk about Rutherford, he's saying some more outlandish shit. Like,
literally. And Vancouver's like really not that great of a team either this year. They're 500. Pedersen's not been that great. Like
they're dealing with injuries too.
Also, why are you saying this? You're Vancouver, the market, the media market is the Toronto of the West. So why are you saying? Could you imagine if Tree Living came out and said that, or MLSC said, "Yeah, we're not gonna retool. We're not gonna."
So strange, man. It's so strange. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up here quickly before we get into our next team.
Like every time I forget that Rutherford's the GM.
I totally forgot he was around. I'm not gonna lie.
Every time I forget he's with Vancouver. There it is. There's another quote from him saying something outlandish and stupid again.
Don't worry, he's got to remind you. Like
exactly, he's got to remind you guys that he's there, even if you think he's not.
Yep. Listen, Jimothy. Just because you are old, does not mean you can just say just whatever the hell you want. You need to have a filter.
Absolutely.
Yeah, did I say Jimothy?
Yeah, you said Jimothy. That is not a word, LeBlanc. But we'll just ignore that for now. But yeah, we'll see what happens there with that. But Kampf with Vancouver, we'll see how it works out. All right, we need to talk about the two teams that are in the Eastern Canada area. We already talked about Ottawa. So we're going to talk about Montreal and Toronto. We're going to start out with Montreal. And I unfortunately knew this was going to happen with their injuries, because there's a lot of players on this team who are very good. They're good guys, but they're injury prone. And we found out this past week, Kirby Dach out 4 to 6 weeks, Alex Newhook out 4 months, and then Caden Gooley, one of their top defensemen, top defensive defenseman, out 8 to 10 weeks. And this also comes after who's out 3 months. What's that?
That doesn't even include Laine, who's out for like 3 months.
Laine as well. I didn't even bring up Laine because Laine happened earlier in the year.
Yeah.
But this comes after a week where they got blown out 7-0 by Dallas on home ice. They lost 5-1 on home ice to LA as well. Really bad week for Montreal. And I do want to point something out. I'm not saying that like what they've been through here is a fluke, but you look at their records here against playoff teams: 9-1-2, 4 overtime wins, and then against playoff teams 1-5-1. And I believe that one win they have is an overtime win against Ottawa, actually.
Anyway.
Yeah, just wanted to put that out there, but
have to remind them.
Habs are in a pretty rough spot, but I will say this: it's not like it's the end of the world. Montreal is still at a good spot. They're 10-6-2, 22 points. They're still, I believe, third in that division now, right? Yeah, third, tied with Ottawa. They have the tiebreaker over the Sens. They're still in a spot where, like, you're not like, I mean, you're probably worried, but you're not like panicking necessarily yet.
Yeah, it's not like the sky's falling for them.
Yeah. But are you guys concerned right now with Montreal?
Yeah. You look at this. They lost to Boston last night. You look at the 2 games where they got absolutely the break speed off
waxed.
Yeah, they got waxed, the break speed off them. Someone cleaned their clock.
Yeah, and I streamed that game. I was a little bit annoyed, I'm not going to lie. Not because, they're getting blown out, but why are you doing this when I'm streaming? Like, come on, screw you. Like,
there were other games I could have chosen, and I'm
going to ask you guys this: are you comfortable with Montreal's depth right now? Because I've been told that Montreal's got great young talent in the system. Well, prove it, big dog. Come to the table. Come on.
They do, but you got to prove that. So, They called up Joshua Wass called up. Jared Davidson looks like is on their roster too. I'm
Who?
I don't know who that is.
Who?
Let me give him some flowers here real quick. But I do like you look at Montreal, and they have a very good young roster of guys. Like Oliver Kapanen's been great, Demidov's been great. Here's the thing though, and I'm gonna take the silver lining here. None of their big name guys besides Caden Gooley are injured right now. Like Caulfield's there, Suzuki's there. They still have a really good top six. The bottom six, it definitely needs some work. It's definitely going to take some improving, but yeah, I'm not really looking forward to it. Jared Davidson played on Saturday against the Bruins. Has not played an NHL game beforehand. Was drafted in the 5th round of 2022.
Yeah, right. Usually you need to prove it. Well, right now they can either be pesky and they can ride off these wins with this young blood, or they'll falter. But I really do think I'm more concerned about Montreal between the pipes than I am on their roster, on the players on the roster right now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
So it's been night and day when you look at their goaltender stats. Like it's literally been like night or day, and I there's really no denying that. So we'll start off with Sam Montembeault. 11 games played, 4-5-1, which isn't even that bad of a record, but a 3.56 goals against average and 8.58 save percentage. Jakub Dobiš, who started off the year 6-0, is now 6-1-1. A 2.70 and a .901 save percentage. In the game against the Stars, both of them played. They had like a 600 save percentage, both of them. It was horrible. I mean, like, with Dobiš, maybe that start was like a little bit better than what he really is. Like, I mean, I think he's still a very good goaltender, but maybe that start was better, was not really what he's going to be. But I also don't think these last couple of games for him haven't been what they're going to be either. I feel like, again, he's going to end up somewhere in the middle. Sorry, go ahead.
I mean,
for a goalie guy in Tim here.
Yeah, the start, obviously, I don't think was sustainable because he had a 930 and a sub-2 goals against average. He wasn't going to keep that.
Yeah.
The 2.7 and a 901, that's more around like league average, which I think he is a more like league average level goaltender. So he's more regressing to the mean in that regard, which I think most people goaltending wise could tell like this start from him wasn't going to be sustainable. What's concerning is the fact that Montembeault is somehow playing worse than we all thought he was. And that's the concerning part because it's like, you're not this bad, but it doesn't look like you know how to play better.
That's exactly what I think. I think Dobiš is people than people. I think he's better than people think that he is. Just in a sense of like I really enjoyed him when he was back in juniors, and he's been one of my favorite guys. I think he still makes that Czech team for the Olympics. I think he's still a good goaltender. That start wasn't what it was. Montembeault, like, I fear he doesn't fit. I still don't think he fits our timeline. People tried to tell me that that they were going to run a 3-goalie tandem of Monty, Dobiš, and Fowler. And all I said to myself was, like, Monty's like 29. How does that really fit your timeline here with the Habs?
He was a journeyman goalie up until they claimed
and he was good.
Off waivers.
He was good for a few years with Montreal.
Yeah.
But I feel like you're getting to that point now where, like, this probably could be his last year in Montreal.
Didn't they just extend him?
Let me confirm that.
He is 29.
Right. Let me see. I feel like this could be his last year, though, because they might want to get Dobiš up there.
Like, I'm going to be real here. I think Dobiš takes the crease this season. Like, there's no way.
Dobiš has already taken the crease.
I was going to say, I feel like Dobiš is already the starter for them.
He should be, if he's not.
If he's not,
what I'm saying is, I think
having coaching malpractice.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, and I look at down below in Laval with Fowler, 9-15 in 8 games played is pretty good. And I think for a guy like Tim, who This guy put up a 940 last year at Boston College in 35 games played, which is pretty damn good. A 1.63 goals against. I think they want this guy up there in the NHL next year.
Montembeault. Ew. Doesn't fit the timeline. Montembeault. Who's going to take that? Wait, did we find out what his contract was?
He was signed 2 years ago, 3.15 for a season after this year.
So you need someone to take. You someone to take on 1 year at 3.5. That's doable. I mean, I feel like Montembeault. Yeah, like in Nashville. Boom. No, Nashville doesn't need him.
Edmonton.
Hey, Ed.
Yeah,
You might actually take him. That's the problem.
Well, I don't think this happens today, right now.
No, it happened in the offseason
today. So we need to wait till the offseason to really speculate what team exactly it could be. But yeah, that problem needs to be solved. But what I'm really concerned about here, and I mentioned it off rib, is the record against playoff teams and non-playoff teams. You can't control your schedule, though. I will say that, and the fact that they played a lot of non-playoff teams
early
of recent date, you can't control your schedule, so it's good you're winning games, but you're going to get to that point where you run out of those really important games, and they could have one of the harder schedules coming down the road here, and that could have an impact. To wrap up the month of November, they play Columbus, they play Washington, they play Toronto, then they play Utah and Vegas and Colorado.
Oh boy,
there's some real tests here coming up.
That's a gauntlet.
And even at the start of the year when they were playing those non-playoff teams from last year, a lot of those games got pushed to overtime because they had to come back in the game.
What I like to say is that they loved to win in dramatic fashion.
They do.
I'm gonna say this because y'all
nothing wrong with that, by the way. I love a dramatic game.
Oh yeah, fun games. Dramatic games are fun to watch.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not always the most sustainable hockey to play.
Exactly.
I was censored to start the year because when I said Montreal were frauds, I was pushed to the side. Now that they actually proved themselves to be frauds, they're frauds. I'll fight you with this.
I'm not on the fraud train yet.
I'm not there yet. I'm getting a lot closer.
I'm not on the fraud train yet because although this was a bad week, it's one bad week. If they go into next week and they keep losing,
talk to me after this 4-game stretch.
Yes.
What is the record against playoff teams right now?
1-5-1.
Okay, thank you. That's all I need. That's all I need.
I understand that, but it's one genuinely bad week that they've had.
Did they play those 6 games this week?
They're picking up points. They're winning games.
Yeah, no, it's points are points. I'm not saying that they're not good. Points are points.
Yeah,
but Montreal's not as good as we think they are.
Maybe that's true, but I'm not on the. I'm still not on the fraud train yet. Come to me after it. Maybe we can do an update a week from now and how they play in these next 3 games. I've seen a lot of Montreal fans be I'm giving up on this team, and I'm you're crazy. It's one bad week. We're acting like they're 500. They're still
they're second in the Atlantic.
500. I'm not worried just yet. But I am looking down that barrel and being oh, with those injuries too. It's not looking great. It's not looking good. It's not. Let's move east a little bit to Toronto.
West.
Way east, actually, past Ottawa to Toronto.
It's west.
With the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs, they might be and we talked about, I think this was last episode, we talked about when do you get concerned with the Oilers? When do you get concerned with the Leafs? When do you stop having that narrative where it's this is just early season struggles, they're turning it around, it's fine. When are we gonna get to that point where we really can be concerned about these Leafs? And I was really concerned about them a week or two ago because they're playing uninspiring hockey. They're 8-9-2, which I think is the silver lining. I said that in my video this week. It's the silver lining to where you can still come back from this. You're a win streak away from getting back to this. But right now, they're in a losing streak, and they're a losing streak away from being in a really bad spot. They're 2 points back of being last in the division. That's how bad it is right now in Toronto. This past week, 5-3 loss to Boston, 4-3 OT loss to LA, 3-2 loss to Chicago. So what I think is the silver lining here, too, is that they're close games. But in that game against LA, they had 15 shots.
Yeah, they got outshot, what, 40 to 15 or something like that?
40 to 37 to 15. You're basically right.
Yeah.
Not good. It's not good. It's bad. It's very bad.
Look, the only silver lining I can even think of outside of, their close games for the Leafs is that they're just now getting Joseph Wall back.
Yeah.
They're getting Wall back, but now Stolarz is on IR. I think he's week to week, but now Stolarz is hurt. So you get one goalie back, and then you lose the other one.
Should I do it?
Can't win.
Yeah.
Can't win.
They're getting close to that. They're getting very close to that.
Yeah. So the one thing that I've noticed with this team is their defense. Defensively, you have to watch the games. Like, when you look at the stats on paper, like, there's guys who aren't performing, like the def players aren't looking that great, but you got to look at how these guys are playing defensively. And defensively, they just have not been good, bar none. It has not been good hockey. The only thing that has changed, though, and Tim, maybe you can kind of attest to this. Last year, they had Lane Lambert as their defensive coach. This year, they have Derek Lalonde. So, Tim, do you want to speak in here on this
Where have I seen this story before?
Here's the thing, though. Lalonde was with the Tampa Bay Lightning when they had their defense. It's so weird how this is
Lalonde,
just not.
Here's the caveat. One of those teams had Andrei Vasilevsky.
That's true.
In his best years.
That's true. Exactly. So I think maybe that some of that is null, but the defense has been bad, and that's the only difference from what it was last year.
Yeah.
Only difference. It's the same 6 guys.
Listen, the Lord works in mysterious ways.
Oh God.
No boy, here we go.
Yeah.
Listen, we knew Lane Lambert is a good defensive coach. I expected maybe a slight step back. I didn't expect this far of a step back, though. Defensively, last year, the Leafs probably had one of the better. They probably had top 7 D-core last year.
That was because of Lane Lambert, and we gave Lane Lambert a lot of flack when he was hired by Seattle, but so far this year he's been very good defensively for that team. We discussed that in an episode prior as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think another thing that's hurting the Leafs is they don't have Chris Tanev, their best defensive defenseman.
Yeah, that's also true. It was a very unfortunate injury too. It was one where it's Michkov was he was not even looking at Tanev, and then runs into Tanev, and then Tanev is hurt. He's out for a while now. So it really sucks. Hopefully he comes back and he's okay. But Austin Matthews, man, is this guy? This guy says he's healthy. Is he really healthy though?
No, there's no way. I do want to point out
doesn't look the same.
That Matthews last year, late in the season, he called out his teammates saying we don't need any passengers. Has he looked in the mirror?
He's been a real pat. So 14
not great.
Points in 17 games played. If you look at it from an NHL standard, that's not that bad actually. It's actually not that bad. But Austin Matthews standard,
it's bad.
This is a former MVP we're talking about.
What the hell? There's 4 guys in this team that are outscoring him right now. On this team.
Oof. This is a Rocket winner. This is a former Hart winner. Your standard is above those players. The standard is the standard, and you're not meeting the standard. And you're the captain of this hockey team.
He says he's healthy, but I really don't think he's healthy.
He is week to week right now. He's not healthy.
Yeah, I know. Right now he's not, but he's set into the season. He got injured against Boston, so he's not healthy. But what I'm trying to say is heading into the season, he's yeah, I'm healthy. I'm 100%. he didn't look 100% before he got hurt. And, like, honestly, maybe he didn't even get hurt. Maybe he just re-aggravated something. Like, that could be what it is.
It's
like,
probably his wrist again.
Possibly.
I don't want to speculate, but
last year he's like, I don't know if I'm going to be fully healthy in future years.
Here's the thing, though. It's weird to see this happen to the Leafs because last year they won the division. It's even more weird to see this happen to a Craig Berube coach team.
And that's the other thing. They're playing like they've lost the room. A lot of the people that I've talked to, like, again, I can't watch all 32 teams. Yep. I've said it so many times. I can't. As much as I do the streams every single week and we commentate, like, you know, half of that league every week, I can't. I can't watch every team. Watching the Leafs in the games that I've seen, they are playing like a team that has lost the room. And I never thought it would come to this, but, like, some people are speculating it, and I get it's Toronto because it's Toronto. But, like, it could get to a point where they do let go of Berube, which is crazy.
This would be year 2 for him?
Year 2?
Yeah, we're in year number 2. We're in year 2 and you've lost the room? Excuse me? Sir?
And like,
what?
And I don't think that, like, it's Berube's fault fully. These players aren't performing, and you can see in the press conferences, like, he is pissed. He is frustrated with the way his team's playing. And I'm appalled, truly. And I am so sick and tired of the people who are saying, like, oh, it's early in the year, they'll right the ship, it's fine. Get the fuck out of here.
We're almost to Thanksgiving
here. Okay.
I
get it. They struggled through the year. Maybe they'll right the ship and turn it around. But when do you get to the point, and I said this at the beginning of the segment, when do you get to the point where you really hit the panic button? They're 8-9-2. And the people are going to look at that and be like, oh, that's not that bad. You know, they'll come back.
They're 2 points from last in the conference.
Yes.
Like, now is when you get panic. Now is when you hit the panic button.
Listen, I'm going to give them this. The Leafs have always started slow. I don't want to hear, oh, no, they don't. Yes, they do. They always start slow. But and then in November, they pick it up. What's the date currently right now? The date is what? The 17th? We are 2 weeks in November.
Let me help you here.
We are 2 weeks in November, and you're 2 points from last in the conference. Buffalo's got an edge on you because they've played less games, too.
So, to the people
after Thanksgiving,
to the people who say that the Leafs are going to right the ship here, at this point last year, they were 11-6-2.
Yeah. I'm going to just finish my thought real quick.
I just want to say that before you moved on.
For sure. If we get to after Thanksgiving, so what, next Thursday?
Yep.
Not this Thursday.
From now.
2 weeks from now. If they're still within last of the conference, you need to hit the panic button. There's no way we can go past into December that low. And here's the thing. I don't get animated on teams I don't like, but this one, like, you're better than this. Like, don't piss me off. Like, you're better than this. They know they're better than this. They've lost the room. I get it. Stolarz has been hurt. I get it. Wall has been away from the team. I get that. Tanev is out. I get that. But that team is too talented to be up 2 points from last in the conference.
And what's the stat that we always bring up? It's like the benchmark to whether you're going to be a playoff team or not is American Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You have 2 weeks, and you're 2 points from last in the conference. That's unacceptable for them.
If they don't pick it up, like, I genuinely think, like, they probably could miss the playoffs.
Like, if they have, there's no moves they can make. The only move, like, I feel like they could make is the most desperate one, and it would be firing Berube, and that would be the dumbest move they could make.
That might be it might be the dumbest move they can make, but it might be their only choice. That might be the thing that lets fire under these players' asses.
I don't see any other moves they can make. Like, you got rid of Marner.
You're not going to make it
on your own volition. You didn't fully want to get rid of him, but, like,
I'm tired of, and I'm going to say this. I am tired of hearing about how Marner is, like, the issue of why they left. It's a factor, yes. Here's the thing, though. People said the offense would be bad. They have the second most goals in the division right now. and they're one back of Boston for the most goals scored in the Atlantic currently with 67. Don't laugh. With 67. That's what they got right now in terms of goals. Boston has 68. So I don't want to hear about how Marner, the offense and all that. Oh, that's the problem. Yeah. Like,
no,
okay.
Your defense just sucks.
Your defense is bad. Your goaltending is bad. And when does that fix itself? Maybe could they fire Lalone mid-season? Do you see that often?
No,
you don't see an assistant coach get fired, but when it's deserved,
desperate measures.
Yeah, desperate times. They have to do something, and the only moves they can make are coaching staff related.
So I will take the silver lining here. We said so much negativity. I'm going to talk about positives here. They're only one game below NHL 500, technically. They're only one game below. If they come in here this coming week, and let me just pull up their schedule really quickly here. So they play St. Louis, not a great team. They play Columbus, middling team. Then they play Montreal. That might be a trap game. But anyway, let's say they take 4 of those 6 points. If they take 4 of those 6 points, they are probably up around the 5th or the 4th or the 5th spot in the Atlantic, depending on where other teams finish this week. But they can turn this around in the flick of a winning streak. But if they keep losing, this is 5 losses in a row. Let's say they drop their next 3, and it's 8. And these other teams keep winning, which they will. Like, not every team's going to lose all of a sudden. Maybe a couple, maybe a little bit. That's why this league fluctuates so much. But if they keep losing, you're going to get to a point where you're going to be 5-6 points back of a team, and it gets to a point where it's really hard to come back from that.
So I have last year's standings at Thanksgiving up right now. So Last year, 4 teams outside of the playoff picture made the playoffs when they were out. So they were outside of it before at Thanksgiving. Only 4 teams caught up to make the playoffs. Those teams were Ottawa, who was in 7th at 10-11-1. Montreal, who was in last place in the East at 8-11-3. St. Louis was 11-12-1 and 5th in the Central, and in the Pacific, Edmonton was 11-9-2 in 5th place.
Yeah. So that should speak for you even more. It's not a common thing that you see a team. And again, I'm so at a loss for words. I've never been this frustrated about a team that I don't care about for that much. I've never been this frustrated before.
No.
You are better than this. As LeBlanc said, you are better than this.
I'm not frustrated. I'm just on the inside I'm smiling because
well, yeah, of course you are.
What goes around comes around, but
of course you are. I was saying I'm frustrated because they're better than what
they are better than this though.
As a general hockey fan, you're disappointed in this team. But for James and I as divisional rivals, oh no, we're loving this.
Yeah, and I love it because I'm Steve.
But I'm loving it. That's what it is right now. I'm not gonna lie.
So a little fun tidbit here for you guys. Do you guys want to guess? Actually, I won't make you guess. So Nicholas Robertson right now, Nick Robertson, brother of Jason Robertson, has the 4th most goals on this team right now. Tied with your pardon and Nyes.
You are getting outscored by Nick. Nick, I want to be traded. Robertson.
Mind you, this guy wanted out last year.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I saw something the other day. They're trying everything. He was on the first line.
Yeah. We'll see what happens here with Toronto. I think again, we talked about them earlier in the season about how the Stolars thing went down, but man, we got to a point here where I'm genuinely concerned about how this team's really playing. So There you go, Toronto. Okay, Tim's NCAA Corner. I have some things to talk about here in this, but I'll let Tim talk about it first. I went to the Penn State-Michigan game.
I'll let you start because I want to know what your thoughts were seeing those two teams live, because I was only able to watch Penn State bits and pieces of the Michigan State Penn State series, so I was only able to take little bits away from it. You got to see a full game live between those two teams, Michigan and Penn State. I want to hear what your thoughts on that game.
Well, they got killed in the first game, 7-1. That was not fun to see.
That was yikes.
And it's really bad after the last week's losses to Michigan State. It's not that great, but they were due for a win coming into that game. And I really did think they played better than Michigan did. Like, they outshot them. They were outplaying them defensively. They really didn't give Michigan that much room. I thought that was really good. And I feel like that shows there. I feel like Penn State, and watching that game and seeing how that team played, they really felt like one of those teams that it might take a while for this to click. It might take a while for this to work out. And I feel like you're seeing some of the improvement there. But I thought they played really well. I thought Michigan looked great, too. Like, Michigan didn't look bad necessarily. Penn State just capitalized a lot. I think a problem with Penn State is their goaltending. But the guy who played on Saturday, I'm completely forgetting his name. I think he is probably going to be their starter now, I would possibly say. But honestly, I think overall, it was a fun experience walking around that campus and, you know, getting the merchandise. Obviously, I got a McKenna sweater here. I have a McKenna t-shirt that I'm wearing as well. The glaze is unreal. Like, I'm not going to deny it. The glaze is
Oh,
crazy.
my God, you weren't kidding.
Yeah, the amount of hype around this kid in Penn State walking around the campus is wild. But it's been fun seeing that whole experience. And I'm really glad that I got to witness that because, again, I am a big Penn State fan. I don't get to see them that often. But, yeah, it was really fun. I thought both teams played well. And shout out to Nick DeGraves, picked up an empty net goal. Watch with Nordic Legend. I commented his goal in the Frozen Four last year, and he's since followed me and has followed my content. So we got to talk a little bit before the game. It was pretty cool. But yeah, that was my experience. You want to talk about this past week besides that, and then read off your top five?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good weekend for me and for you as a Flyers fan as well. Because in the Michigan State Notre Dame series, there were two big The main talking point was, wow, Porter Martone is that guy.
He is that guy.
I said something to my brother and one of my buddies going before Saturday's game. I said, it's ironic for something about this team. Because this is the second straight year where the two best players on Michigan State have the same two numbers. Number one, that didn't change. That is still Trey Augustine. He's the most important and best player for Michigan State. The number two, it was number 22. Last year, it was Isaac Howard who won the Hobie Baker. And now this year, it's Porter Martone. Martone is the best player up front, just in general for Michigan State. That guy has, and when he's on for a game, good luck. He had 3 goals in the two games against Notre Dame, and all 3 goals were sick. 2 of them just walks the goalie. One's a short side snipe. Charlie Stramel looks good, and the highlight of the weekend, if only it was a goal, Riker Lee doing an and one mixtape move, dribbling a puck on the ice. I've never seen somebody do that. That kid is filthy. Nashville got a steal at, 28 or 29 with him this year? In the first round?
Yeah, Nashville. Nashville had him. I think he was a later.
Yeah, I know Nashville got him, but he was a late first round pick, and I was so excited about him when he committed because I knew how good he was, and a lot of people didn't have him as a first round talent. I'm like, somebody's going to take him in the late first, and they're going to get lucky.
Yep.
And everything I'm seeing from him so far is that's the case. And the rest. We had the rest of the weekend was pretty fun. What were the big? I gotta try to find the bigger upsets. BC, I'm pretty sure lost. No, that was last weekend. They lost. Yeah. Duluth got shut out all on Saturday alone. Duluth, North Dakota, Maine lost. A lot of the teams that I was really high on going into the week all lost. Boston lost again to Quinnipiac. Boston just hasn't looked like Boston this year. It's been
a little
weird.
concerned about that, but we'll see. How's Dean Letourneau doing? I was thinking about him the other day. Let me look up his stats here.
I don't know how I didn't notice him. The 2 games against Michigan State, I didn't notice him once. But I think he's
4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points in 11 games played. So maybe he's starting to get his groove back.
Better than last year, I'll tell you that.
That is better than last year. Yeah. Way better than last year. 3
are you like quadruple his points from last year already?
Yeah,
exactly.
Then I'll go run into my top 5. I've got until proven otherwise, Michigan State is the best team in the country. I don't know how long. That's going to keep going until I'm proven somebody can knock them off. And then 2 through 5 kind of fluctuated a lot because I hate to say it, I was really impressed by Michigan. Even in a loss, they have gone back up to 2. Denver and Duluth, while not playing well in the games they lost, they slipped. Penn State has also moved up from 6 to 5. So they're back.
Even after we get killed, we still win. We still move up.
That win, it was a very impressive win.
It was good to bounce back from that.
You held a team averaging. Hang on, I just had the stat. I just had that stat in front of me. Michigan leads the country in goals per game at 4.9, and you held them to 2. That was impressive.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't talk about the game before.
Time out. You're giving Michigan credit in the big 2025.
Here we go.
I know it's shocking, right?
Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they've been good.
Don't get me wrong. It kind of hurts, but I got to give them credit where credit's due, and damn it, I don't want to do it, but I'll just say first weekend of December is going to be absolute cinema for college hockey. Because it's the highest scoring team in the league in the country against the team with the second lowest goals against per game. Michigan State.
That'll be fun to see. I'm looking forward to that.
Do they play that one at Little Caesars?
No, that is. I will have boots on the ground at that game already confirmed. I have my tickets for that. So I will be at the game at Little Caesars, but no, that game will be played later in the year. It's like typically in February. Okay. February or January, somewhere in there. Let me look that up real quick.
Great. Anything you want to add more to the college hockey realm there, Tim, after you look up that thing?
Yeah. The Plot brothers are disgusting.
They are. Yeah.
Those 2 are like top 5 in scoring in the entire country. They're a big reason why Minnesota Duluth is back to being a relevant program. That and Adam Gajan, their goaltender, he was a second-round pick of Chicago. Taken before Trey Augustine, I got to say, because I will always point out any goalie taken before Augustine. Made no sense. Looking at you, Michael Harabel.
Harabel's good, though. Stop.
He is, but...
He's my boy.
James, to answer your question, the game at Little Caesars is February 7th.
Okay.
That'll be fun. I'm really thinking about doing Penn State versus Michigan State Beaver Stadium. I'm really thinking about it.
One of the guys on my beer league team is a Penn State fan. He and I have both talked about potentially going.
Cadence said she won't do it because it's not a team she likes and because it's outdoor. And I'm like, well, screw you.
That's a once-in-a-lifetime game. Go.
Just bundle up. I said to her, I was like, do you love me?
I guess not. Sorry, buddy.
That's not. Yeah, we'll talk about it. I want to go, but we'll see what happens there, obviously.
Quick question. How's Wisconsin's doing? Wisconsin's.
They...
Wisco, Tim.
Well, they lost to Ohio State in game 1, and then they had to come back for a 6-5 win on Saturday. They've been a lot better than I thought they would be this year. I'll give them that.
Okay.
I think the biggest story, though, in college hockey is Minnesota sucks.
Oh, we played Minnesota this weekend.
Which I love because Minnesota is one of the, in terms of college hockey, Minnesota fans are Maple Leaf fans.
They fell off since Logan Cooley left. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Every game Minnesota loses, if you go on social media, go look in the comment sections of any final game post, all you will see is their fans complaining about the refs.
Yep.
Oh, so they're the Habs of the. Oh, so they're the Hab fans of college hockey.
Yes.
Anyway, before we anger more fan bases, enough of college hockey. Hot topics around sports. Anything in the sports realm that
before we move on there, I did get the opportunity to go to a Hockey Fights Cancer Night on Thursday, and I got me a sign. I don't have. Leaving, I grabbed the wrong sign though. So someone has my sign, I have their sign.
That's crazy work.
But I went to Hockey Fights Cancer. All the sales went to cancer research, so I did get me one of these pucks. It's Hockey Fights Cancer with the Bruins and Sens. I wrote on mine, I fight for my Nagmama, who is she's a cancer survivor. Nagmama means it's just grandmother in Hungarian. I also fight for my Uncle Gusti, who did pass away from cancer. Yeah, no, it was such an important night, and like when they had the puck drop, they had a 3-year-old drop the puck who went through leukemia, and like she was on the road to recovery. It was sad. Everyone was like, it was an emotional night. I've never been to one of those nights in the past. I think the last time we went to one was I was in high school maybe, but now that I'm older, I realized the significance, and it was such a great experience to go to. So I definitely recommend it.
Awesome. Yeah,
because cancer is a disease that touches every single one of us.
It is. Yeah. Me as well. Yeah. Good you brought that up. I completely forgot about that when we were talking about that. All right. So in the hot topic around sports realm, do you want to start off with football or baseball? Because we got a lot of baseball stuff to talk about.
I got football because down goes Bama.
Yeah.
Alabama, for the second straight year, loses to Oklahoma late in the season. That I don't think it's going to cost them a playoff spot this year, but that's still a pretty significant loss. Texas goes down. Texas got like, as Tim would say, they got waxed.
Got waxed by Georgia. Texas A&M.
I've never seen a team flip a script like just on a dime.
Mm-hmm. Jesus. Against the Gamecocks, name, by the way. They were down, weren't they down like 30-0?
30-3 at halftime.
30-3 at half. Their quarterback played horrendous, and then just comes out of half like he had. I think it was Todd McShay, who's a draft analyst. He described it as the quarterback had amnesia.
Oh my god!
Just forgot the first half happened, and you wouldn't. By the way he played, you wouldn't have known that he had a horrendous first half.
Exactly.
He's like, what first half? Just balled out. Then there was the whole situation after a South Carolina touchdown that we don't need to touch because that was just a whole can of worms I don't want to go into.
Did you see the state trooper? That's
the can of worms I don't want to touch, James.
I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to describe that there was a state trooper who he was walking. I don't know if it was after a touchdown, but it was like
it was after a big touchdown from South Carolina. The guy ran into the tunnel and he was like holding his like hamstring or something. He was holding his leg because it was like semi hurt. And he and a teammate are walking back onto the field. The state trooper, instead of trying to get out of the way, just goes right through him.
And then he starts yelling at him.
Pushes the two guys and then just starts yelling at him.
Point at him like this. And then I'm going to say what happened. After that, brother got sent home.
Yeah, he has now been removed for the rest of the year for Texas A&M home games, which good on the university for nipping that in the butt right away and just getting rid of the guy.
Wow. I didn't know that. I did not know that. I just knew the comeback was there. That's pretty wild.
I'm just going to go last part. I would say that these four, barring anything major, have kind of like clinched their spots in the college football playoff. Would be Indiana, Ohio State, Georgia, and A&M.
Yeah.
I think those four, they could lose the next game, and I think they'll still get in.
Awesome. Praise my A&M boys. Okay, so we'll go back to the NFL if you guys want to talk about the NFL. But baseball, there was a lot of baseball stuff that happened this past week. First off, the rookies of the year. Nick Kurtz, AL Rookie of the Year. That's my boy. By the way, did you guys know he's from Pennsylvania?
I did.
He's actually from like legit Amish country. Like legit deep in Amish country.
Well, I'm pretty sure his nickname is Big Amish.
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah,
that's a nickname. That's a nickname and a half for sure.
He is awesome. Yeah, and I never realized like they showed like the Oakland A's Rookie of the Year winners, and I was like, how have they had that many, but they've been so bad for so long? Like,
because they all get traded like a couple years later.
They're the Sacramento A's now, but that's a whole different. Screw John Fisher.
No.
Did I say Oakland? My bad. Well, you got what
I'll sit there. I got it in. That's all I needed.
Drake Baldwin, NL. I think that's fine. Baldwin was really good.
I think both who deserve to win won. So
yeah, and they both won unanimously, right?
So don't tell a Red Sox fan that if Roman Anthony played all year, he would have been Rookie of the Year. No, stop.
No, yeah, I thought he was a little overrated.
Oh, he was overrated for sure.
Yeah. Tariq Skubal, Cy Young winner of the AL. That was not expected.
Yeah, that was pretty set in stone
Paul
there.
Skeens for the NL.
Unanimous.
Yeah, unanimous there as well.
I'm pretty sure that one was unanimous.
Sanchez was third or was second. I'll take that as a Phillies fan. Sanchez was great. You could have made it like they could have made a case for Zach Wheeler if Wheeler didn't get hurt.
Yeah, I'm shocked he wasn't even a finalist. Did he finish top 5?
No, it was Skeens, Sanchez, Yamamoto, Webb, and Peralta.
Wow,
but Webb got fourth.
Yeah,
I mean Logan Webb. Logan Webb is just underrated. I feel like
I'm surprised he got some respect.
Yeah. Yep. And then the I talked about Cy Young, MVP. MVPs, Shohei won the NL.
Unanimously.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's going to win that. He's going to win that the next 8 years. I wish I could bet on this.
Yeah.
Biggest surprise.
Ironically, I say it when we talk about. I say the bet line when we talk about Shohei.
Yeah. And then Aaron Judge won the AL, which I actually disagree with.
Big Jumper got robbed.
Never got robbed. And like Judge missed time too. Like Judge didn't play all year.
So I'm not gonna like take anything from Judge because Judge is Judge. He's awesome. Cal Raleigh had a historic season. When are we ever going to see that many home runs from a switch hitter again?
From a catcher.
From a catcher. Not only that.
That's the thing, though. Like with Judge, because one of my buddies, he was actually. This is how he put it. Take away the fact. Like if you just put it as, let's say this instead of our catcher, it was a second baseman or a third baseman who had the season Cal Raleigh had. Nobody would question if Judge won the MVP or not. Because Judge was that much better in every other offensive category.
I wholeheartedly agree.
But because Cal Raleigh is a catcher, that's the whole reason this whole conversation is starting. That being said, I still would have liked Cal Raleigh to win the award, win the MVP instead. But
I'm sick of the same.
When it was said to me, when it was described to me how he described it, I'm like, okay, yeah, because Judge had an amazing. He hit over 300. Cal Raleigh didn't. He was like 260. The OBP, the on base percentage was there was a wide gap there, a wide gap in OPS.
But
offensive stat-wise, outside of home runs and RBIs, it would have been the lowest we've ever seen out of an MVP.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say, and defensively, I would say Cal Rowley will probably the third best defensive catcher in the American League.
Oh, 100%.
Outside of Dylan Dingler and Alejandro Kirk.
Yeah, he was a top 3 defensive catcher, which is why everybody's trying to add that into it. Because if you take out Judge, he's in one of the least reliable positions in the needed positions in right field.
Yeah, right field is right field.
Yeah, it's right field, whereas catcher is needed all the time. So the defense is needed for him, and there's a lot more wear and tear on his body, but just offensively, Judge deserved it from just how good of a year he had.
That's understandable.
I don't. Here's the thing. Judge, I won't not take anything away from Judge, but I feel Cal Rowley, because the circumstances, should have maybe have gotten a little more votes. But yes, I get outside of those parameters, Judge definitely deserved to win MVP.
I think it was a 4-vote difference. I think Judge had 17 first place votes. Cal had 13. I think that's what it was. It was 17-13 were the votes. So it was. It was
voting in MLB is whoever gets the most first place votes wins. Not like the NHL where they just tally it all up.
I mean, it is also by just total votes, but there's 30 voters.
Yep.
Yeah, 30 voters, and Judge first place votes obviously weighs the most. So Judge having the most.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Judge had the most first place votes. Skubal finished 5th, which I thought was cool. He had a 3rd place vote. Riley Green had an MVP vote.
I didn't see the votes. I don't know who got votes and who didn't get votes. I'm not gonna lie. Don't know where to see that. But can we talk about the biggest robbery of the awards? The AL Manager of the Year award. How
who won the AL again?
On what planet?
It was the same 2 guys who won it last year. It was the Brewers manager and Stephen Vogt.
On what planet does John Schneider not win that award? This one, apparently.
James, there's one team to blame for why John Schneider didn't win, and I'm sorry.
And it's your fault, Tim.
Yes, it's pretty much our fault.
Because here's the thing. I don't care. The Guardians were predicted to win their division, and they won their division. The Jays were predicted to be last in the division, and they won the AL. They were the first place team in the American League, and they didn't win. I don't even think he came in 3rd. I don't think he came in 2nd. Sorry.
No, he was 2nd.
He was 2nd. Okay, I thought he came close to 3rd, but it is just such bullshit that he didn't win that award. Worst place to first place in the American League. You know how hard it is to do that, especially in the American League East, the hardest division in the American League. No offense, Tim. No offense, other division.
Oh, I know. Like I said, the thing that annoyed me about it wasn't even that Schneider didn't win, because I thought he was the guy. I thought he should have won it. It was just last year. It was from last year. So Cleveland making a giant comeback and getting into the playoffs on one of the last few days of the season. That's worthy of. That's Manager of the Year worthy. But the Tigers doing it, that's not. Message sent. I got it.
Yeah. I have a controversial take. The voters just hate this country.
I think that's not that far fetched. I'm not gonna lie to you. That might not be
James. Nope, we're not going down that rabbit hole, because I know where you're going to go next. I'm shutting that down right now.
I don't go down it because that opens a whole can of worms, and that could get political.
I'm not going to go down that hole. But just my take is that I don't think the voters respect the Blue Jays. That's just
clearly fan bases don't either. The whole MLB didn't.
I open any MLB post I open, it says, the Blue Jays lose. First of all, I'll take that from the Dodgers fans. That's fine. I'm not taking that shit from no Yankees fans. We whooped your fucking ass. I don't want to hear it.
I feel like the whole MLB as a whole, media and fans disrespected Toronto. They picked the team to win. Obviously, the
I think they've realized how annoying our fan base is now.
Oh yeah, well,
because I saw all 5 Blue Jays fans are gonna be so mad, brother. We sell out every game.
Yeah. We'll see. Next year will be fun. Next year will be fun with the MLB. Anything else in the realm of hot topics around sports that you want to talk about?
Bye Birdie. Them Falcons, them dirty birds, burnt to a crisp. They hate the number 30. We beat them again. Break out the brooms. Carolina owns you. Boom.
Yeah. Atlanta.
Also,
first time since 2013, no?
Yeah, first time since we had Olsen. Like they usually split the series, so it's rare to see. Because I think we've always split with Atlanta because Atlanta hasn't swept us in a couple of years either. So,
Josh Naylor re-signed with the Mariners.
That's Tim's favorite player,
by the way. Just saw that
James,
right now.
You take that back.
Eagles beat the Lions.
You know what that means?
I'm going to hold off my comments on that because I'm not going to open that can of worms.
Should we talk about Nico Harrison, who just got fired by the Mavs?
Yes, that is the most well-deserved firing I've ever seen in my life.
Tim,
James, you
can you give me a bear down?
James?
Bear down?
They're the Bears. They will find a way to bear this.
It's true, yeah. Wait, you play the Bears on Thanksgiving?
They will not win. No, we play the Packers, but we still have to play the Bears again.
Okay.
The Bears will not win the division. I can almost guarantee
the Bears will find a way to fuck it up.
It's what I just said.
Nico Harrison? Yes, we heard you.
Yes, I just brought up Nico Harrison, and we just took a whole different swerve.
Listen, I needed to get that bear down in for Tim. Because the Bears haven't been leading the division this late in the year in I don't know how long.
2018?
Jack Polko, Nordcast, is very happy. Okay.
Tim looks like he's going to hit somebody.
So Nico Harrison?
Yes, they're going to Nico Harrison.
Most deserved firing any pro sport executive has ever gotten. He said that for 5 years. At least.
So Moon, who's a Mavericks fan, was here when it happened. My brother was doing backflips down here.
Yeah,
as he should.
Didn't after they made that trade, the owner came down and talked to a fan and said, "I really regret making that trade."
Yes. So why'd you make it in the first? No, the owner. This is recently where it happened. It was recently when that talk happened. But he came out and said he regrets trading Luka, which I think anyone with a working brain could have saw. They got nothing for Luka. I mean, I like Anthony Davis. He's a very good player, but he's always injured.
I was going to say, he is walking. He's glass. His legs are glass. His body is glass. He will get injured once, twice, multiple times a year.
Rejected by Anthony Davis.
That's been one of our.
I was trying to think, because I knew his name from somewhere, not just from the trade, and I found it. Yeah, that's where he's from. But yeah, he's made of glass. Like that, there was the comp was it was honestly like trading I don't know, Jack Hughes for.
Yeah, I would say trading Jack Hughes for John Tavares.
We made we an injury prone player, like Mark Stone, like
Josh Norris.
Josh Norris.
Yeah,
too.
Josh Norris. There it is.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was a terrible trade when it happened.
It was so bad.
Terrible a year later.
Yeah, it'd be like trading. I mean, I would say trading. Imagine if Josh Norris was on I would say a team like a fringe playoff team. Imagine if Josh Norris. Oh, he's on the Senators. There we go. And then you got Josh Norris and a first round pick, and you sent over Jack Hughes. They sent someone else over. Jack Hughes and
whatever.
Paul Potter.
Exactly. Yeah. That'll be good. LeBron James is in the G League. Oh, that was funny. I know. He was there for injury, right? So
someone pointed it out. Bronny started, and LeBron James in the G League. What alternate timeline is this?
And then somebody commented Jordan would never. Shut the fuck up.
There was no G League when Jordan was around. How can you say that shit?
Exactly. There was no G League.
But that's all I got for Hot Topics.
Yeah.
Besides that. All right. Well, that will conclude this episode of the Northern Block Podcast. Thank you all so much for watching or listening. We really do appreciate it. New tier list coming out on Thursday. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Ciao. Bear down.
I just do what I do. See me? I just do what I do. Man, I just do what I do. To know about you, I just do what I do. Check. That's the intro. See that? Yeah. I just do what I do. See me? I just do what I do. Yeah. Check. Let me flip this script. I feel privileged for all who can witness this. I am close to divine. Know the moment is mine, need an omen or sign. Providing a back sound to all the squares that ask around. Be getting it, my skills pay me. Trying to get a million, baby, with an adopted flow that God gave me. Tell whoever runners that they spot is temporary till I take it, it's mine. I'm selfish. Yo, will tell Miss I'm on my wealth tip. So when we cash out soon, I'm just investing. Hey, no yes men. I've been a legend since before mom and dad had me and was best friends. I chew through comp, don't test them. I chew on tracks, cause after that I bless them. I just do what I do. You see me? I just do what I do. I just do what I do. I don't know about you. I just do what I do. Check. I just do what I do. See me? I just do what I do. Feel me? I just do what I do.